Well, Steven Spielberg, still a
Johnny
name that
Nelson,
I can't
how are
saying
you?
out loud right now. So it's a pleasure and a privilege to have your attention for these short few minutes today. What was it about West Side Story that grabbed your imagination? And do you recall the time when this first came into your life?
West Side Story came to my life as a 10-year-old kid living in Arizona. We had just moved from New Jersey to Arizona, and the play had opened in New York. And my mom and dad bought the album, the original Broadway cast album, and they played it in the house, which was unusual because my mom's a concert pianist, and we only had classical music in the house. This is the first piece of popular music ever introduced in our home on record. And I remember wearing the record out as a 10-year-old. I memorized everything. And I got in trouble after the first week because I came to the dinner table one night and I started singing one of the songs, and I just started singing, "My father is a bastard, my mom's an SOB, my grandpa's always plastered." "Wait, stop," my mom and dad were yelling at me. "Who taught you to say SOB? You can't say bastard ever at the dinner table. Where are you learning these words?" And I said, "You gave me the record, it's on the damn record." I didn't say damn. But so that was sort of my first experience with West Side Story, and it has stuck with me ever since.
I like how you stopped yourself from saying "damn" whilst you said all the other naughty words instead.
Yes, I
Um,
wanted, because that wasn't what I would have said as a 10-year-old.
that memory, though, for me, it reminded me of how I first came across a lot of the films that I've loved over the years. You know, like Whiskey Galore and Meet Me in St. Louis, Passport to Pimlico, and films that came out like before my generation. And when I
Yes.
thought about it, it often came because of lack of choice. You know, I grew up when there was 4 channels on TV over here, so you kind of watched whatever was on, and you found things you loved that way. Looking in 2021, it's a very different universe we exist in now. Choice is abundant. Do you envy young people and film fans for their access to so many different things and the choice that they're given? Or do you perhaps feel sorry for this generation in the way that they may not find some of the gems in the way that you could have done as a younger man?
Well, you know, I had the same situation growing up in Arizona. We had 3 networks and 1 local station, and the local station was the only station that played movies called $1 Million movies, starting at usually at 10 o'clock at night. And so we were captured audiences. We watched what they presented to us. We saw what they gave us. But today, there's no excuse not to be able to just inundate yourself with so much popular culture and so much classic culture based on you could watch the entire way the world works if you really delve deep and watch Turner Classic Movies and see what the world was like through film, through storytelling, and how we've evolved as a nation, as a community, as a people, and how we've also divided and how we've separated and how we've purged from each other. It's all in the fossil record of our cultural heritage, of the films that we've made and also the films that were made abroad that we were able to see in this country. So yeah, I envy everybody today. They have such a plethora of choice and you know, and I think one of the sad things is social media kind of doesn't give you that 2-hour opportunity to go see an old movie that might change your life, because the young people today, my kids, my grandkids, are so involved in the immediacy of news information and also being able to broadcast who they are to their communities.
Well, it's a wonderful movie that you've made, as always. I guess there's a point where you get bored of hearing that, but I just like to congratulate you on it, and I hope that young people will take those 2 hours to take a look at this as well. But for now, Steven Spielberg, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations, and perhaps we'll meet again one day. Maybe not in my living room.
Well, maybe next year, if I have another film coming out, they'll let us travel abroad and we'll meet in person.
We shall see. We shall see. Fingers crossed. Thank you very much, Steven.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thanks, Johnny.